Hi and welcome back. My name is Daniel, and in today's video, I'll be taking you through the process of doing an update to an existing Django application. If you have been following the videos that we have been posting, this is a repetition of the same exercise. But again, the reason for making this video again is because I encountered a scenario whereby I'll need to edit the models.py file for something to happen. Okay, so first of all, let us review what I have added to my point of sale. Then we see how to update the existing application with the new features. Okay, so if we look at the new features that I have just added, one, I have a point of sale, and it is crucial to have a column indicating the profits. Okay, so I have a sales model here, which did not have this profit field. Okay, so I have added that, and that is a new feature that I'll be adding to my application. Okay, so what happens to the existing sales object? Because this is a point of sale that have been in use for quite some time. Okay, so of course we did not have this column, and now we have it, and we have set the default to be 0. But the problem with this is that whatever sale that you have made, it will indicate that you have made a 0 profit. Okay, we are going to take care of the past sales record. Okay, but then for the new records, whenever you make a sale, it will auto calculate the sales here. Okay, so there is what we have here, checking if it's a new sale, then it should do save.profit should be equals to save.price minus save.product.buying price. Again, this buying price should come from the products model. So we have another model here that we are calling products. Okay, so that's a new feature that I'll be adding. Again, the existing sales object to have profits computed automatically. So we just mentioned that. And of course, for new sales, you should also have the profits record computed automatically. Okay, again, whenever I was making a sale previously, I was making use of the UTC time zone. So that's another feature that I've corrected, and the adjustment was done here. Let me show you. This is where the adjustment has been done. So one, there is something here that I have set in the database. We have that time zone, and there is also this section down here. Okay, so I ensured that I'm making use of the African Nairobi time zone, which again is usually plus 3 hours. Okay, so this is how to represent that. So this might be missing on your end, but in case you want to adjust the time zone, which again influences the time that is being saved on your models, then this is where to adjust that. Okay, so those are the two key features that I'll be updating on my existing point of sale. I'll be pushing an update to my GitHub repository for the changes that I have just made. So I'll talk of git add, and I'll be adding everything. Then I'll do git commit, give a message there. Usually it is not recommended to do such updates together, okay? Because again, one of these updates might cause a problem. All right, but because you have created multiple updates, you might get it rough when trying to identify which update created that problem. Okay, so it is always advisable to do a feature update after the other. Once you do the profit column update, deploy that, do the necessary testing to ensure that everything works as expected and nothing has broken. All right, then once you're happy with that, then you can proceed with the next change. Otherwise, in my case, I combined all of them. All right, so once I do that, I think it's now time to move to my production server. And down here, I have added some few lines that I'll be referencing. All right, so I'll open my terminal here. Before then, this is my sales dashboard, And you can see that we currently don't have a column to represent the profit. Okay, so again, if I talk of sales, it's currently 3rd December, 21:45 hours. But look what we have. We have 18:42 hours. All right, that's a difference of 3 hours. So we want again this to reflect the current time. All right. All right. So let's proceed and log into our server. So this is my server here. I'll quickly log in. I have created an alias, and again I have also uploaded the SSH keys to the server. So I'm just able to log in using that single prompt. Okay. All right. So I'll navigate to the directory where I am currently hosting my files. All right. So this is the directory, and all I need to do for now is I need to create a backup, because again, the changes that I'm making could bring problems. I have a script here that is supposed to do a file and database backup. So how do I do that? I just execute my script here. So I can have rsla. So we have this script here, backup.script. And again, you can see the previous backups done here. Okay. So for the current backup, I'll do that. Press enter, and in a few seconds, the backup has been done. So I'll do rsla, and we see we have a backup created today. All right. Okay, perfect. So once you do the backup, we can now proceed and pull the changes. All right, because remember, we have pushed the changes that we have made locally to our GitHub repository. Okay, so it's now time to pull the changes here so that we can have an update of the files. All right, I'll clear the screen and I'll simply do git pull. Press enter. Up to date. Interesting. Okay, so remember, I just did a git commit. Sorry. So I need to do a git push, because from what you see here, it seems we do not have any change. That is between the record files now on the server and the files on my GitHub repository. Okay. So remember, we need to do a git push here. So we simply have 3 commands, especially when creating an update. I did git add. Let me do a history. I did git add, this one. I also did a commit, and the next thing should be git push. All right. So once I do the push, let me come back here to the server and do git pull. Okay. So we see that quite a number of files have been updated. All right. So since we have already updated the models, remember one of the updates was requiring us to do an update on our sales model. So we need to do migration. All right. So the first step is to do a migration. So back here, I'll clear the screen, do Python manage. Okay. But then this one will not work because we are currently not sitting on the virtual environment. So I'll quickly activate my virtual environment here. So having activated the virtual environment, we have Python manage.py. Then we have, remember, we had already made the migrations locally. So for now, we just need to migrate. Okay, so I'll talk of migrate. Okay, so of course, we get an error here, and we have been given a quick fix. So what we simply need to do, we simply need to do this. Okay, so we have a question here. We are told about merging will only work if the operations printed above do not conflict. Okay, so I believe we don't have a conflict, so I just proceed and say yes. Okay, and the migration has happened. Okay, so that simply means that the new field that we added has been mapped onto our database. Okay, so can we be able to test that? Maybe or maybe not. Let's check. So I'll refresh this. Okay, so nothing has happened yet. So what I need to do here, I need to restart the server. So the way to restart the server, I just simply need to talk of touch temp restart. And remember, this is on Cpanel. All right, but then instead of using the GUI, I'm making use of the terminal. All right, so back here, reload, we get an error. What's not happening? All right, so no worries. No worries. So in here, I'll edit the .env so that I can set debug to true so that we are able to see whatever error that is showing here. Okay, so back here, I'll talk of nano.env. Okay, I'll set debug to true. I'll comment that one out, activate that and exit. Yes. Okay, then I'll restart that. Come back here and do that. Okay, so look, we have some unknown profit. Interesting. All right, so in here we have already done that migration. So let me redo it again because okay, all right. So it is evident from here we did make migrations and did some merging here. Okay, so that done, we need to migrate so that that new column can be added onto our database. All right, so let's migrate. Right, so seems all looks good. Let me refresh here. All right, and we see that the new column has been added. Okay, all right, so we see that we have all zeros. All right, again, these are so many records. If you look down here, there are so many records, around 525, and it is not practical to calculate the profit manually and update this field. All right, again, I've also ensured that this field is not editable. If I click on one of the records here, you will not see the profits field here. So the next step is now updating the profits accordingly. All right, because we believe we made some profits in here. Okay, so the way to do that, I had done some notes here. All right, so we are going to do something and we are going to be commenting out these two lines, because if we try mapping the profits, we are going to get an error. But let's just try. Why not? So I'll have python manage.py shell, clear the screen, do that. Of course, I'm doing this so that I can demonstrate to you why we need to comment out some lines. Okay, then from here I can talk of this. Okay, and I believe we all know how to make use of the shell to manipulate the database from a Django perspective. If not, please review that because you need that so that you're able to appreciate some of these tasks. Okay, so if I try this one out, let's see. All right, do that, press enter. Okay, so we get an error here simply because there are some products that are out of stock and you are not able to make a sale of a product that is out of stock. All right, so this is being implemented by some two lines here. Okay, so there are these two lines here that checks if an item is out of stock, then just throw an error and don't do any update. All right, so what I need to do here, I just need to exit. Once I exit, I can talk of nano store. I'll be editing the store models.py file. Then I'll just need to come down here. I'll do that. Remember, by adding a hashtag, you are simply commenting them out. Okay, so do that, enter. All right, then I can comfortably go back to the shell. Do that. Then we have some notes here. I simply need to talk over from store.models. I import the sales model. All right, then I execute these lines. So what these lines do is that they're just doing a loop of all the objects in the sales model and assigning the profit column with the difference between the sale price minus the buying price under the products model. All right, then once we do that, we need to confirm the save, and the save is that we are updating some field. And what field is that? It's the profit field. All right, so do that, press enter and enter again. Give it time. All right, hopefully it worked. For now, at least no error. So let's go back here. And we are currently seeing all zeros. Let's refresh. Okay, so look, we have some values for the profit. All right, so that is the first feature. We have confirmed that one of the features is working. Which feature is that? In here, we talked about a profit column in the sales model. We already saw that. Then we have gone ahead to ensure that the profit column has the actual values and not just a zero. Okay, I will not be demonstrating how to make a sale because again, there are some things that will change from the backend. All right, which I wouldn't want to start going back to redo. But then if you look at the timing here, we see that the time is now able to pick up the right time. All right, so we have been able to confirm these updates. All right, and that's how to do the deployment. But don't forget to turn off the debug. Remember, we did set the debug to true so that we are able to see the errors. All right, so I'll talk of nano env. I'll do that and do that so that debug is false. You do not want your end users to see the errors as they are. All right, so I'll talk of temp, touch, temp, and restart. That should restart the service. And once we come back here, I'm sure our application will now be working seamless. Okay, and I hope we have learned something. If you did, please be sure to drop what you learned in the comment section below. Please be sure to like this video, drop your thoughts in the comment section, and also subscribe to our YouTube channel. Thanks and goodbye.